I'm going to turn to the right page. Not that I think I've got anything written there much. Right. So we talked about fruit. Did we talk about fruit? No brain.
A few weeks ago now.
Did I talk about the fruit stuff? No, we did.
I think we did.
Oh yeah, we did. Oh, Bob Arthur. I think we should talk about intellectual property.
Go on then.
Okay. So we're straight from fruit to intellectual property. Because I got asked about this, and it was about yesterday. So Mabel came in, and she's doing some really excellent artwork from scented wax. So she paintings with scented wax, and she brought one in. We all smelt it, and it's very lovely. And we were talking about trademarks and limited companies and how to protect yourself so that people don't come in and whip your stuff, and the order in which to do these things to make sure that you're safe. So if you are setting up a business or an establishment or a brand, even if it's just yourself, then, I mean, I own SarahMcCartney.com. Don't do anything with it, but it's mine. I don't own Sarah McCartney Limited, come to think of it. Don't know if there is one. Maybe I should look it up. But actually I would protect SarahMcCartney.com a lot better if I own Sarah McCartney Limited.
Mm-hmm.
Because the best way to show that you genuinely, that the ownership of that part of the world is yours, is to own the limited company.
Mm-hmm.
So say I wanted to set up, say a brand called SCENTHUSIASM, for example. The first thing you do is get SCENTHUSIASM@gmail.com and also SCENTHUSIASM@hotmail.com or any of the others that you want. You bag them if they've not already gone. So you make up that word. I do not own 4,160 Tuesdays@gmail.com because as soon as I registered the limited company, someone else went in and got it first.
In order for you to buy off them.
Yeah, but I haven't. But in fact, actually, probably it was when I registered 4,160 Tuesdays.com, the domain name, then somebody got the Gmail.
Mm-hmm.
So it's in order of what people will look out for, not what's biggest and most important. Because you think, the most significant thing, I'd better get myself the trademark. But if you get the trademark, someone else will come in, register the limited company, and get the domain name and everything else, because that's published. So the best way to do it is by stealth, to go in and get, say, SCENTHUSIASM@gmail.com. I'll say that. I can't remember if I own it or not. Maybe I do. But I own SCENTHUSIASM.school and SCENTHUSIASM.whole other things. So then get the domain names. Then they're yours. Then register the limited company. And even if you're not going to trade, because all you have to do once a year, if it's not active, if you haven't made it go live, if it's dormant, it's not dead, it's just sleeping. If it's dormant, then you just send a letter every year to HMRC saying, we're not trading yet. It's dormant. I confirm it's still dormant. And that doesn't cost you anything, doesn't cost them anything. You've only paid your, I don't know, what was it? Something like, I don't know, £25 or something? Might be more now. It doesn't cost much to register a limited company.
Mm-hmm.
So you just do it. Once that's in the bag, you'll get hundreds of letters from worldwide saying, please register on your international trade journal and it only costs €1,600. And you ignore all of them because that's just silly. And then you see if you can get the trademark. And that's not hard. It can be a bit tricky if you want to go worldwide, but I've just got UK SCENTHUSIASM. And you just fill in some forms and you look up and see if anybody else has got it first, because if you apply for something, somebody else has got it, they will turn you down. So I own SCENTHUSIASM in whatever font I want to do, whatever shape, whatever size. I own the word, so I can do what I like with it. If I wanted to register, the example they give on the website is beehive. You can't register beehive, but they've shown a picture of it with a bee, and you can register the visual version of it, and that can be yours if it's sufficiently different.
But because SCENTHUSIASM isn't a word in the dictionary.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly. So I own that. So I can write, in this country, SCENTHUSIASM TM, because it's a trademark in the UK. And for the rest of the world, I can write SCENTHUSIASM R.
Right.
Because it means it's registered somewhere.
Right, okay.
Not necessarily the territory that you're in. And that is my advice for people who are setting up when they want a business name but think, oh, I don't want to register a company yet. Oh, I'm not sure about the trademark. Maybe it'll be difficult.
Just get them.
It's not difficult. Yeah.
Maybe I'll get Arthur McBain Limited.
I think you should. Yeah. Do you own arthurmcbain.com?
No.
Well, quit before anyone sees this film.
I don't want it.
You don't? All right.
Someone else can have it.
Okay.
I don't want a website.
You don't have to have the website.
Just a domain.
Yeah. Just in case somebody else decides to set it up on, like your fan site.
Yeah.
What if somebody loony sets up the... Or somebody nice might do it, it's fine. But you could decide if someone else comes to you and says, can I set up a fan site for you? If you like them, you think they're all right, you say, okay, here's the domain name. If some complete plonker gets it and starts posting all kinds of scary things, then what can you do?
Yeah.
Then it costs you money to go and defend it. It's sort of nice to just have it in your pocket in case you need it.
Cool. Can no one get that, please, while I'll get it?
You do it before, by the time this goes out, you'll have registered it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Lush had to pay something like $500,000. No, they wouldn't have paid that. It must have been $50,000 to get Lush.com, because it was registered by a man called Peter Lush.
Great.
So he had the right, and he got in early, and they had to get it off him. So in that order, none of it's as hard as you think it is, and that's the way to go. Go small first, and then get the big stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
That is all I have to say on the subject of intellectual property for the moment.
But what?
Oh, okay, you've got a question. But what?
No.
Sorry.
Well, I know something different about intellectual property.
Well,
I think
me.
of something
Tell me.
different when you say intellectual property.
And what do you mean by
Like, someone nicking your idea rather than your...
okay, like copyright.
Yeah.
Okay, that's intellectual property as well. This is true. The stuff that you can control quite easily, that you actually have to buy and go to a website and sort out and fix, that stuff, you can appoint an intellectual property lawyer to handle it. And the reason that there are intellectual property lawyers is because sometimes it's not as uncomplicated as I have just said. So, but you don't need an IP lawyer just to do little stuff in your own country. You don't need to pay somebody $7,000 to do the search for you. You just get online and you do it. It's not hard. Copyright. That's the thing. That is, you just write a C and say, then it's your copyright. If you did
Right, you don't have to
it's
register
yours.
it.
No, it is yours. And then you print. So I've got on all my books, should say, on the back of this, copyright Sarah McCartney 2022 SCENTHUSIASM Limited, it says. So there we go. Words, photos, diagrams, me, copyright me. And then just to make sure, I put a whacking great big watermark across it, so that if somebody's nicking the PDF, then at least they know it's mine. I don't expect them not to nick it. I just want the credit. So if somebody does nick it, but then you'd need an intellectual property lawyer to, hound them down and set the wolves on them. Or just ask nicely, will you stop doing this because it's mine? Of course, you're only protected if you can afford to chase somebody if they're being naughty.
Well, yeah.
But, so someone I know was actually, she didn't realise it wasn't legal to copy someone else's perfume names and say, I've copied this. And she got a cease and desist letter, which is something that says, will you stop doing this?
Yeah.
So what she did was she'd just taken over this company. She wrote to their lawyers and said, I don't actually know what I'm doing. What's the problem? Do you mind explaining it to me? And then certainly I'll stop. But tell me what it is that I'm not doing right, that I shouldn't have done, because I've just bought this company and it's what they were doing, and I don't know. Tell me how to fix it. And they said, no problem. So they spent hours at the expense of their client explaining to her what it is that so she didn't want to fight. She just wanted to say, yeah, I'll stop.
Yeah.
What is
But
that?
what
I'm
exactly?
stopping? Do I need to stop all of it? Do I need to... And she needed to change the names of what she'd been doing.
Right.
And not say, hey, if you like that one, it's an exact copy of this. So, like...
Right, yeah.
Yeah, because that's kind of blatant in the perfume world.
Yeah.
And also it's not illegal in the US. It's very illegal in the EU and the UK. But then trading standards don't have enough time to track everyone down. But all of these dupes and, if you want to smell this, but this one's a lot cheaper, then buy ours instead, because it's just like it and you don't have to pay for the fancy packaging thing. No, but you've stolen my smell, so to speak. But, yeah, so copyright, perfumes, the smells do not, there is no intellectual property applied to an aroma, which is why perfumers tend to get a bit fussed about their brand and their designs and everything else that goes with it, because, and also to keep the formulas secret, because otherwise there's no intellectual property rights. So if somebody does come along, smell a nice perfume, copy it either by nose or by gas chromatograph mass spectrometry, combination of the two, and make it, if they call it something completely different, original perfume company can't have them. If they say, this is a copy of that one, the one everyone's copying at the moment is Baccarat Rouge by Francis Turgeon, because it sells for a lot of money, it's very popular. So people go, oh, it's a dupe smell of that, it's an homage. No, nicked it. But if it says, smells just like Baccarat Rouge, then Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy can come on going, I am going to kill you. But if they don't, they just say, they drop hints. The word spreads around the industry, it smells a bit like that and it's cheaper, then, that's sort of not illegal. So that's why we need to make sure that we actually protect what we can protect, which is the brand name and the limited company and anything else that we can actually buy that goes with it. Does that make some more sense?
Yeah.
But, writing books, people don't tend to want to write exactly the same as someone else has written.
No. Well, you can copy and paste it.
But still, that's the original copyright, but it's obvious copy. In perfumery, people do want to rip them off.
Yeah.
Design, it can be very, very tricky, because it's something like, if it's 2/3 the same but 1/3 different, then that's deemed not to be copyrighted.
It's sufficiently
that's
different.
Yeah. But
also, really, everything is just a copy of everything else.
Yeah. Oh, it's a bit of that put together and make a new thing. Music, it's five notes in a row.
Yeah.
So
I get stuck in rabbit holes sometimes watching songs that have ripped off of the songs.
Well, it's like that. You probably didn't watch it, but the Queen's funeral, there was a march, a very sombre march all the way down, and it was basically it was the Darth Vader theme.
Was it?
All over Twitter, everyone's going, can anyone else hear Darth Vader in it? It's like,
What do we call it? The thingy march. Yeah.
That we shouldn't put we put too much of that on this and they'll shut us down,